Hello guys, and welcome back to Let's Play Banjo-Tooie. We have a lot to do this video, so we are going to get off started right away by leaving Spiral Mountain and going into a cave area called the Digger Tunnel. This is basically these tracks on the ground follow the digger machine that the three witches are in, and it will go all throughout the game, and we will follow it to progress. But here we have Klungo waiting for us, and we're just going to walk right up to him. This is actually one of the first boss battles of the game. Yes, Tooie has a much more complicated boss system than Kazooie did. Kazooie didn't really have any bosses. Tooie has one on every level, and there's 3 Klungo battles, and this is the first Klungo battle. And they are insulting each other, and the interesting thing with Klungo is he has 3 different types of potions that'll give him 3 different types of abilities, and they are random, which one he does in which battle. So this time he got a potion that made him really big, but he still gets damaged by us just rolling into him. He then goes into a second phase where he has like a sort of invincibility shield around him, and he will throw beakers at us. After so many beakers, he will grow large again, and then we just have to attack him and rinse and repeat until we have attacked him 3 times, and then he will die. Well, not so much die, but we will defeat him. And the nice thing about the growing one is it takes him forever to do it, and so we can just stand there and wait, and then just hit him. But that's all it took. Klungo is now done, and both gates open, and we can progress into, I believe the next area is Jinjo Village. Although it might be Wooded Hollow. I don't think so though. Anyway, they're going to make like post-battle talk, pillow talk, although not really. And Klungo will run away, and we are actually going to follow the same path. He leaves a generous amount of health, and we can move on. Up here we'll actually introduce the Jinjo system to the game, which has also had a makeover. The Jinjo system in this game, as you can see, these are houses of all the Jinjos, assorted by color. And oh look, the gray one got destroyed by the digger. Yes, there are no gray Jinjos in this game, although I guess there theoretically could have been. But the way the Jinjo system works in this game is there's a set amount of Jinjos of each color. There's 1 white one, 2 orange ones, 3 something else, 5 green ones, and it goes on until there's 9 black ones. And they're scattered throughout the other levels. Some have more than others, some have less, and the colors are random, but there are a certain set of Jinjos, and each time you get a full set. So once you get the first white one and the only white one, or when you get all 9 black ones, each one will give you a Jiggy. And if you look, that is King Jingling. He is the king of Jinjos, but if you look, he has a pet that his stuff also had in the last game, so that weird little pet thing is reoccurring. And King Jingling will just talk about how his people were scared away by the digger, and that we need to go find them all for a giant kickball game that they have against the moles, which we will find out Bottles was supposed to play in. Kickball is actually sort of kind of a mechanic in this game, although there's only a couple Jiggies from doing it, but we will get into that later. In fact, much later. And he will give us a Jiggy just for free, our first Jiggy. We will need this though, as we always do. And he says we should go see Master Jiggy Wiggy in his temple. Yes, the jigsaw pieces and Jiggies have a background in this game. They have a backstory. There's a secret and ancient order dedicated to the mystical powers of the Crystal Jiggy, which we will see in a few minutes. But yeah, that is the backstory. They are magical items that we must collect to gain knowledge from Master Jiggy Wiggy so that we can defeat the witch again. And he is going to open up a passage so we can get to Jiggy Wiggy's temple. That is, interestingly enough, in Bottle's family's house, which is where we are about to go, because there's not really much else we can do in Ginger Village right now. Although we have a cutscene coming up right now as to why I'm not leaving of my own accord. But as we walk out, we will see the... Okay, well, we will see us walk out first. We are in Ginger Village on the Isle of Hags. The Isle of Hags is basically the overworld of this game. And we're not going to get to do that right now because it'll show the top of Cauldron Keep on top of the biggest mountain on the Isle of Hags. And this big, huge tower with a giant death ray sticking out of it. And this is where the witches went with the digger machine. And we will not get there until the end of the game. But this machine here is called Bob. Much like the rapper, but came years before him. What this does is this machine sucks the life energy out of people, and when it is full, it can recreate Grunty's body. So they're going to talk about it, and they're going to talk about it some more, and going to waste a lot of our time, and eventually they will show it to us. Right now it is currently empty, and they need to fill it, so Grunty is going to approve of the plan, and then she will ask how long it's going to take, and they'll tell her that the thing has a cooldown and that they need plenty of energy because she's fat. And they're going to blast their first victim. And she is going to pick King Jingling. Yes, she's going to suck the life energy out of King Jingling for giving us a Jiggy. And in a second, the auto-targeting system will target King Jingling, and she is going to hit the suck button next to the glow button. More sexual innuendo, but I like it. Anyway, here's the death ray, shaking the whole building, and it is going to fire a death ray that is going to suck the life energy out of King Jingling. And then we go back to Ginger Village. And hey, look, there's this temple right behind us, and we're not noticing anything. We're just standing out in front of it, just kind of standing there, even though off screen right now. And we had just left, so she only gets King Jingling and not us. It will suck the whole life energy out of the temple, which is now turned gray. And if we go back inside, King Jingling will actually be a zombie who will attack us, as you can see right there. Yeah, there's really not much to do with that for now, or basically for the game. But they get a little bit of light force, but they need some more. Unfortunately, they're going to have to tell her, or I guess fortunately for us, that the machine needs a cooldown / warm-up period to do it again. So we have time to go save the rest of the Isle of Hags. And it will take hours until she can blast away. So we have a few hours until they can suck more life force. But Bottles is dead, Jingling is a zombie, and she says that we're never going to make it to her in time. And we're going to prove her wrong, much like we did in the last game. Yeah, this is where we need to go. This is Bottle's house. There's not much more we can do right now in Ginger Village. But yes, this is where Bottle's family lives. There's some annoying talking things I can go through, talking to his wife and stuff, and she'll talk about a monster in the bedroom, which I think is over here, that he was supposed to come home and kill, and they have no idea he's dead, and there'd be lots of talking to try to get around it, but it's not important, and I'm not going to bother with it. So we are going to go down here, and if we go to the left, we will meet one of Bottles' kids in his room, who actually has a Jet Force Gemini poster on his wall. This kid is named Goggles, as I called Bottles all last LP. This is Goggles. Bottles was the dad, and he is actually going to give us an item that will give us a targeting system. Well, not a targeting system. We don't learn the targeting until later, but this will allow us to zoom in first-person view, and I will show that off quickly. We can now zoom back and forth to see things, but we do not have a targeting system yet. Anyway, if we go to the other hall, we will meet Bottle's other kid, who also has a Jet Force Gemini poster, and this is Specky, and he talks about playing in the kickball tournament against the Jinjos, and we are going to have to kind of talk around it, and we need to do more talking to him, because he will give us, or at least he's going to talk about the tunnel that is going to lead the way out of here, and we're going to do more talking. There is an incessant amount of talking in this game, but we can move on now. We have met Bottles' family. I didn't talk to his mom, or his Bottles' wife, I should say those kids' mom, but that's because she talks a lot. That is Master Jiggy Wiggy, and that is his temple, and we must go there now. And I'm trying, but you keep talking. Anyway, this area has been destroyed by the Digger 2. There will be some things to get here, although probably not in this video, because I want to unlock the first level, which means we have to go to the temple. But up these stairs, we will see this doorman, and we need to have a certain number of Jiggies to enter the temple. And basically, this is the system to unlocking new levels. When we get a certain amount of Jiggies, the temple will reopen and we can go inside and open up new levels. And we have one. It requires one for us to enter, and they're going to do much unneeded talking. But he sees that we have one Jiggy and will open the door. And hopefully we will get through the talking cutscene with Master Jiggy Wiggy, because I believe it's kind of short, although not too much. Anyway, inside Jiggy Wiggy's temple, what we are standing on is the Crystal Jiggy, and he is going to call us the Chosen One and tell us that this is the sacred temple of the Jiggy Wiggy, and to approach the golden monolith if we wish to prove ourselves worthy. I'm actually going to do that in the next part, because it has a whole opening cutscene, and there's some other things I need to show you guys. So I will leave this here, and I will see you guys in the next part. Thank you for watching.